Well, it's been a while since I've made a video for you guys, so I thought I'd make an update here and let you know what I've been up to and answer some of your questions. As you can see, I got my trusty sidekick with me, Buddy. Now, I've been posting some of my other videos about herbs on this channel, and you're probably wondering why the heck I'm doing that. But prior to making videos for Smart Grow, my formal training was in naturopathic medicine and nutrition. That's one of the things that actually led me to develop the towers. It was purely for selfish reasons and to be able to grow a massive amount of produce in a very confined area for my family. But these tower designs are so efficient that I began to grow additional food for some of my neighbors and relatives. And then that kind of like branched out to where I had so much produce left over I needed to sell the stuff. So there's always a demand for these leafy greens. So if you want to do this, as a business, growing leafy greens, the market's there for you. You just have to decide, what you want to do. My other site, which you've probably seen this orange logo, is for a website called Journey 66. And I talk mostly about nutrition and things to do for healthy living. Hopefully these videos have been of some value to help you and your family to be aware of what's out there naturally and to help heal your body. This pandemic was certainly a wake-up call for me, and in fact, I'm creating a whole new series of videos that will take you on a step-by-step path to help eradicate disease and various viruses and pathogens out of your body. So if you're interested in that, besides growing your own food, be sure and subscribe. Okay, enough of that. Let's get into what I've been doing here. And as you can see behind me, this is my latest project. This building behind me is just a typical storage shed that you might have in your backyard. And this is one that's in my backyard. So a couple of years ago, I started growing on the outside of this building and everything was working pretty good. Except I came home one day and the squirrels had absolutely stripped all the towers clean. They ate all my basil, all my lettuce, all my bok choy, my Swiss chard, all my leafy greens, everything that I had growing. So when you see these squirrels run around my backyard with bloated bellies, well, you're gonna know why. But I'm behind on getting this project completed, and we're in full spring here. It's warming up. It's probably in the 80s, and I don't have this thing done. And this is gonna be my outdoor garden for this year, but it's actually, it could be outdoor or indoor, as you can see by this metal frame that I have built around these towers. So the idea behind the frame is to keep the squirrels out. It's easy enough to hang the towers on the side of a building, throw a gutter up there, and drop a sump pump in a reservoir and grow lots of leafy greens and stuff. But keeping your crop from being eaten is another story. So I built this frame, and what I was planning on doing is just put some type of plastic or something on it so that it's completely enclosed. But my original idea was just to wrap it in some chicken wire and keep the squirrels out. But if I wrap it in plastic, it'll actually extend my growing season. So I designed this cage or frame with two big doors on either end that allows me to get in and be able to service the towers. I also put some hardware wire down here on the bottom, and you can see it here, and that will keep the squirrels from coming up from the bottom. So let me show you the top here, what I did, because I was thinking if I do cover it with plastic, it's going to build up heat like any other greenhouse or hoop house does. So I built an extra frame up here, and that's on hinges, and I can lift it up and it will naturally lit the heat escape. And I don't think any squirrels will be able to crawl up the plastic and get into the top, but if I do have a problem, I'll just get some more of this hardware wire and put on here and put on across the top as well, and that'll keep them from crawling up the side of it and dropping down in and feasting on it. So most of you have been following me, and you know that this version of the tower is my latest and actually my best tower design. Super easy to plant, super easy to harvest, and it's so lightweight. Those of you that have just started following me may not know that the complete history of these towers, but let me show you. This is the first version, the idea, which was built out as some of the drain pipe, 4-inch drain pipe. So if you want to see how to make this, check out some of my earlier videos from 2015. I still use these towers. They've been really good, and the foam is still holding up. So there's actually a long lifespan for these towers. But the new version, this latest version with these clips, just allows you to snap together, and when you remove the clips, the tower opens up nicely. This allows you to harvest and replant quickly. The other towers with the slit in it is a good idea, but they're difficult to install and remove the foam. And the other nice feature I like with my three-sided tower is the fact that so much oxygen can get into those roots, and where the front of this thing is actually opened up. So I have to apologize. I didn't realize I was getting questions on YouTube, and I just discovered this the other day, and I had some questions posted here. So I needed to answer, and they were posted like a year ago. So anyways, I just figured better late than ever to get these questions answered. But one of the questions I get all the time is how long can you use the foam? Now, some of the foam in these towers is over 5 years old, and I've been growing in it consistently year after year, so it actually has a very long life, but it does depend on the crop that you're going to grow in here. For most leafy greens, this isn't an issue, but if you get larger rooted plants like tomatoes, then you're going to get more roots embedded in the foam, and then it's either going to take longer to clean them out, or eventually it will completely fill up the foam with the roots. I did take some towers over to a cannabis farm, and they grew in the towers, and I was surprised how well the plants grew. The strain was called Purple Lamborghini, but after that grow, the roots were so dense in the towers, I never really could get them completely cleaned out of the foam. So it depends on what kind of plants you're going to grow and how long this foam will actually last. Now, it's not a bad thing if the foam fills up with roots, but if you don't get them cleaned out in between crops, you'll start getting some organic debris in the water, which then could affect your drip emitters getting clogged up. Personally, I put a 5-gallon paint strainer on all my return lines into the reservoir, so that any debris that gets either in from the outside or gets into the gutter or whatever is collected in the paint strainer, and that reduces the organic debris going through the system, clogging up the supply lines. The towers themselves are holding up very well, as you can see here. After experiencing what we've gone through, with this pandemic and seeing all the shortages that we witness, I think it's a good idea for everybody to be able to grow stuff at home and not necessarily have to depend on the stores. My gosh, I mean, if we could grow toilet paper on the towers, we'd all be rich. Well, let me just show you this shed behind me here. This shed is 20 feet long, and just like you can see all the towers where I can grow, I'll have more produce in this one wall that I can possibly eat. You can actually set these towers up on any wall or any fence, and I have a friend who's going to put in about 30 feet of towers on her fence in her backyard. Now, she doesn't have squirrels like I do, so she won't have to worry about anything eating the produce other than the normal predators. Another question that I've been asked is about the wicking strip, and I think I did a video earlier where I was doing a test without the wicking strip, but you really need that wicking strip in there. It really does help direct that water right down the middle of the tower and keep those roots and plants hydrated. Another question that I've been asked is if I'm selling the towers. I am, but I'm currently out of stock and having to get some made. So if you want to send me an email that you're looking for towers, then I'll keep you posted. The best way to reach me now is at david@journey66.net. Then another viewer wrote me and said that the previous links in the previous videos are not working. Well, I took the website down for Smart Grow Technology and got rid of those emails. So the best way to reach me now is at david@journey66.net, or you can reach me through the website. So real quick here, let me just show you these towers. The new design, they are made so that they fit right into a regular gutter, so that you can buy like at Home Depot or Lowe's or any place else. So you don't have to have a special gutter system. And then if we look down here, the gutter is going to drain right into this barrel, and I buried the barrel a little bit in the dirt so that I could use one pump. So basically there's one pump, it'll go down in the barrel, and then it's just gravity feed, and then the pump just does the normal return. Okay, that's about got you up to date. I'll keep you posted on new developments. I really appreciate you guys and your support. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay strong. And remember, it's not getting old that makes us sick, but it's getting sick that makes us old. Is that right, buddy? I think he agrees.